Hey, what's up, guys? Hopefully this mic is working. You see my mouth? I guess you can't see my mouth that much. This is just a test right now. That's all it is. I want to make sure YT's back up. And that's mainly what I'm doing. That way we can get on with some stuff tonight, or if I choose to do it. But we'll see what happens. It's probably a 70% chance we're going to do a stream tonight, but we will see what happens. I'm correct. It's 2 o'clock, and yep, we are live back on YouTube. So we're going to take a chill pill. We're still going to do what we do. It's just, I'll just have to watch videos to show everyone and double check to make sure this is working. Oh yeah, band, it can only be in 720p. So I can get rid of it and upgrade to 1080, or we can keep it. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what to do next. I also got to put up the viewership on there. But remember we talked about Captain Midnight? Well, if you go to Wiki, you'll hear some weird stuff. The Falcon and the Snowman was a show that he interrupted. If you click on that, it's about espionage. I don't want to start scaring people, but yeah, it's about a story of friendship and espionage by Robert Lindsay. But, the plot basically is a former FBI special agent gets a job as a civilian contractor at the Black Vault secure communication facility, which flows information on some of the most classified U.S. operations in the world. So basically, this guy becomes delusioned with the United States government through his new position after reading a misrouted communique dealing with the CIA's plan to dispose of the Prime Minister of Australia. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, the Snowman, yeah. He's a drug addict, mild cocaine smuggler. But anyway, the KGB is involved in it. KGB is in Mexico, by the way. But they're the FSB now. They're not the KGB anymore. But I thought there was a simpler... Anyway, that was just a show that he interrupted. I found that kind of interesting. Lee reveals he's a Soviet spy, told by the Mexican police that he would be deported. Lee is offered a choice of where he will be sent back. He suggests Costa Rica, but the choice is merely between the Soviet Union. Hey, Logical Spike, how you doing, man? We're back finally. No more doxing or putting up videos that are so violent. Yeah, I can't. I'll find another way. That's why we have multi-channels, so I can get around basically all of that now, because there are some streams that are on this Prism right now that nobody's going to do anything about. So I can always switch over to those channels and then not talk about them on these channels. So I'm starting to figure out how to do this, how to evade. It's not really evading anything. It's just keeping stuff out of people's, not exposing people to stuff they don't need to see and hear about. Because we got people out there that want to look at stuff that pisses them off, and it gets really irritating. So I just take that out of the factor for them and say, you are not allowed to know what we're talking about, but you're welcome to watch YouTube and kick. Do you feel Prism or StreamYard to go live from? I prefer Prism because I'm learning that Prism, like I said, if you just pay for the only reason I have this avatar right now is I didn't want to go live on the camera because I'm doing some stuff. But yeah, Prism all the way. Yeah, you could pay it's 2 weeks for free. If you sign up with a debit card, you get to do what I'm doing. Stream on as many platforms as you can, live from your phone. So yeah, I like that. And it's worth paying, I think, the $9.99 a month if you're trying to grow your channel. And as far as desktop Andy streaming, aka laptop streaming, OBS and Restream. And Restream is $20 a month, but the fact that I can go into OBS after I add my Restream account to it and basically change the titles of everything without having to sign to OBS anymore. So that's a really nice thing, because I got tired of going through every account and trying to change the titles or signing into Restream.io and changing the titles there. So link the account to OBS and it works fine. Just a click of the button, I can change the names of everything. And we did add a what was it called? We added, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, yeah, I was looking at the Falcon and the Snowman, the Captain Midnight broadcast. And thanks to this guy, John R. McDowell, after this happened, well, so the FBI got involved because I guess you're not allowed to. So this is how they did it. Back in the day, they'd have a satellite, you know, and those satellites would communicate with the satellites and not like the dishes, you know. And that was kind of like how it was sending information and broadcasting it, just like we're doing right now to YouTube. Back in the day, they were pretty behind and they would do that too. Basically, it was live streaming. So television broadcasting is basically live streaming to a sense, in a way, because they're live streaming a signal and we're clicking on it to see it. But back in the 80s, they had satellites, and, you know, this guy had a friend who worked in the HBO broadcasting area, and he was able to go in and basically hijack the satellite and put up his own little message right there, you know, that says that, you know, if you look it up, HBO Captain Midnight, you'll see. But thanks to this guy, it was only a misdemeanor. He got 1 year in prison, or 1 year. What did he get? I don't remember all the details. A $5,000 fine, 1 year unsupervised probation, and 1 year suspension of his amateur radio license, which we will be getting one of those too, along with the drone license, because I want to be licensed in drone and ham radio. But yeah, it was jamming received much of attention, with executive dubbing the intrusion an act of terrorism. I don't know about that, but because of this guy, in 1986, they passed the Electronic Communications Privacy Act. And now it's a felony if you do what he did. So thanks a lot, guy. But I don't think it's an act of terrorism. If you're to hijack, hold on a second. I got to fix something. I have to fix something. Be right back. 30 seconds. All right, we're back. I got to make this quick. This is just a test. But anyway, yeah, if you do this now, it's not act of terrorism. Depending on what you say, I mean, you could technically hijack these things, but it is a felony. Thanks to this guy. And if you look at like, this is where it gets interesting. So we got an electronic, and I'll show you guys more of this tonight. But I just want to end on the Electronic Communications Privacy Act of 1986. Because this shit's still possible, guys. Nobody's ever done it, though. But if you want to have one way to go viral, right? Just to force everybody to watch me. No, I'm just joking. We would never do this. But I'm starting to feel like I'm capable of it. I'm not going to lie, but I wouldn't do it. But now I'm looking into all this, like broadcast pirates. I didn't know all about it, but now I'm learning about broadcasting pirates. And if you look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. But where is it? Where are the pirates at? Apparently they disappeared. The pirates are gone. All right, I think this is it. Wiretaps. The bill for the FBI was, they increased it 10% to fund police training at the FBI National Academy. What the fuck? That has nothing to do with it. Anyway, yeah, look up Broadcast Pirates. We'll start there. But I got to get out of this and I got to shut this stream down. I was just testing it. Yeah, we'll get into Electronic Communications Privacy Act, and we'll talk about how television broadcasting basically is the first live stream. It's just back in the day, you needed satellites and all this shit. Now we got like Starlink. So if you don't want a really fast internet connection, yeah, just say fuck technology. But honestly, I don't mind having high speeds. I want to get fiber optic internet because that would be better. But we'll see what happens in the future. But that being said, I'm out of here. Star Fox is out. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm gonna put together a show tonight. And I gotta get my damn, we gotta hit up the gym tomorrow too. Yeah, I just doxed what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm gonna be at the gym, so if you'd like to come work out with Star Fox, meet me there at 8 in the morning. No, I'm just joking. And then I actually show up at 8 in the morning. You know, I do that though. You can't depend on me. Remember I said I was gonna do CIA assassin mode, and then it never happened. It's not that I'm trying to be unpredictable. It's just literally sometimes things just don't follow through. Like I tried to get home in time at 16:30 and it was too late. I didn't get home till like 5. And then I started messing with Prism and I set up for the next CIA assassin mode. You guys are going to be impressed because I've upped the production value like 1,000%. It's going to look as good as the best people out there. And I figured out how to use Microsoft Paint to make, well, I'll show you guys. Like I said, when we start, we're going to start doing OBS classes because I have fun trying to teach it, honestly. And I think I can simplify it to where everybody can get it. So we'll do that in the future too. But when I get ready for a show tonight, probably some CIA assassin mode so I can show off, what I've been designing as far as like making a really cool experience and aesthetics to everything. So that being said, I gotta do some stuff. And I did find out that you can add a new existing device. So I'm so like, obviously I'm not smart because I didn't figure out that you could just add existing device when in an OBS to assign camera, chat. And what I was doing is I was creating a new scene and then I would go into that scene and I would make chat like chat 1 because the first one's named just chat. And then every scene after that where I added chat would be chat 3, 4, 5, 6. All I had to do is delete everything and then literally assign chat to every single one of them as already existing. So we're going to get rid of a lot of lag, but we'll keep it busy, guys. I like to stay busy. And yeah, I've been staring at computer screens a lot. The other day, I actually got nauseous. I'd been looking at one so long, dude, I literally got sick. And so I had to take a break from looking at monitors. I figured put it in blue light mode or wear like sunglasses helps, so like, yeah, you can get sick looking at computers the amount of time I'm staring at screens, and I didn't like it. Ugh, it makes me sick thinking about it. And I haven't even tried to touch Quest yet, but our VR chat, our VR world, I think I found a way to go live on Twitch and rebroadcast to OBS, which means you guys can see the parties now that I go to in the metaverse. And we'll go to other countries like Russia, Ukraine. I gotta hit up that Ukrainian girl. She was on Facebook, and I'm not joking, but she had I'm not joking, she had a literal swastika like she was drawing, and it's all on DeviantArt, but I can't tell you where it's at. But she's the first person I met from Ukraine, and she was so cool because we were in American rooms, and she was drawing in 3D and shit. But I'll show you her. She's pretty cool, but I gotta be careful because I know there's a lot of stuff out there and a lot of information coming in, especially prior to New York City happening. A lot of shit's gonna be dropping. You're gonna have to catch up, and I'm gonna have to try to keep this on par with terms. That being said, Star Fox out. Have a good one, and thanks for tuning in. Peace.